Unwavering determination and focus. I was listening to this 8-year-old TEDx talk by Dandapani. You know who Dandapani is? And for the folks who don't know who Dandapani is, he's a monk. Grew up in Australia, an Indian kid. Grew up in Australia. Always was deemed to have less concentration, always distracted. We can think about a whole bunch of kids like that these days. And it was from a time when there was no flashy names like ADHD or ADD stamped upon kids who were distracted, and those kids weren't drugged as they are right now to help with their concentration and all that. So he was always distracted. Everybody told him to concentrate. Everybody told him to concentrate on the studies, concentrate on that, concentrate on this. But this was a confused kid. He never really found out what it actually meant to concentrate. And so he finished uni, still was not able to concentrate, and he decided to go to Hawaii and sign up at this Hindu monastery. And when he did, he was made to give up his family, his friends, his entire existence, leave it behind and start fresh. Even his clothes, his belongings, his land, his properties, everything and anything he owns, everything and anything he's attached to. All the detachment comes with being a monk. So he signed up to be a monk, leaving everything behind. And he sat there and he was taught how to concentrate. He was taught how to pay attention. Look at that dog. Crazy dog. Anyways, this reminds me of the time when I was at Vipassana. And the first 3 days of this Vipassana training, I had to go through something called the Anapana. Anapana basically means to notice your breath. Notice your breath. And every time I tried noticing my breath, I ended up controlling it. And as soon as I stopped controlling it, my mind would wander off to some place, some random thought, maybe a spiral, maybe jumping between thoughts, but something of the sort. Anapana. A practice so profound. Its only purpose is to make your mind sharper. And by making your mind sharper, I mean being able to concentrate, being able to pay attention to the minutest detail, giving your full-on, unwavering, determined attention to something. And that in this case is noticing your breath. You train your mind to notice your breath day in, day out, hour by hour, for 10.5 hours a day, for 3 days straight. And when you get closer to the third day, you start noticing tingling sensations in this area below your nose. The area that the air kind of caresses every time you breathe in and you breathe out. If you try to pay attention there, direct your breath to the upper part of your lip, right there underneath your nose, you're going to feel the air, right? But this is not feeling the air. This is feeling something more minute, more delicate. It is a constant vibration that continues to happen within your body. But you're too outwardly focused. Your attention is everywhere except on yourself to even notice that. And the funny part is, when I was not really meditating and not really putting my attention on my nose or underneath my nose, that sensation went away. I wouldn't feel it otherwise. I would only feel it when I sit down and concentrate. So this tells me two things. One is that I'm not pro enough. I was not pro enough to be able to sense that. Just in my day-to-day, just as I walk around, just as I move my body, my existence through life. That is one. And two, that I was able to learn how to concentrate after being distracted for so very long time. Think about this. You spend your entire day, except the time you fall asleep, entire day, entire waking hour, waking minute, waking second, distracted. In a way, you're practicing distraction. Your kids, I brought that example of Dandapani, and it's the story. You have so many other kids who do not know how to concentrate, and these kids, they are pretty much all the time distracted. We as adults in this overly information-filled world are also distracted. Distracted every single time, every single turn, every single second of the day. Which is sad, really. But at the same time, as we get better at things in life, we only get better at them by practicing. Similarly, we are getting better at being distracted by practicing distraction close to 16 hours a day. There needs to be a level of concentration. There needs to be a level of, presence in our existence, presence in our surroundings, presence in the way we think. As you walk around in your day-to-day life with all the things that's happening in your head, with all the thoughts and the concerns of life and everything that comes with it, you are mostly completely attached to an image of yourself, and the thoughts are in alignment to the image or the kind of disimage an event has caused. And so at that moment in time, if you stop for a second and look outside and look at the trees, look at everything else, the houses, the grass, the air, take a deep breath in. I don't feel anything different. I don't feel anything different because I have not learned to put my unwavering attention onto these things, onto these sights, onto the air. Breathe it in, feel it gushing through my body, feel a sense of relief. Doesn't work like that, does it? and to enjoy life and to be alive and to understand what it means to get a grip, to understand what it means to get alive, to understand what it means to pursue something, to achieve something. I think concentration is what is missing. Anapana helps you get there. Now that we are in the topic of Anapana, let me tell you what Vipassana actually does to you. Vipassana. To see things as they are, to see life as it is. Right? Vipassana the technique itself, once you practice Anapana for 3 days, you get your concentration so sharp that you can feel the minute vibration underneath it. You're going to scale it up. You're going to scale it up to a level where you are able to sense these vibrations, sense these minuteness across your entire body. The purpose of this is to be able to make you feel the dormant sensations. Oh my god, 9/11 GT3. Make you feel the dormant sensations in your body caused by a certain event, a certain emotion. Usually, the mind and the body are connected. So every time you experience an emotion, a negative emotion, a positive emotion, any sort of emotion, it leaves a crack on a stone, and that stone being your body. And when that happens, it's a permanent mark. It's almost as if you're scarred for life. When you practice Vipassana, you sense these minute sensations and you feel them. As you feel them, you get to a point where these sensations that were dormant within you have also started to react to these vibrations, to these sensations, to these waves you're observing. And as you do so, you become aware of their existence. You remain equanimous through the process. You do not react to them. You acknowledge them that they exist. And when they were dormant, like they were hidden, now they are not dormant, they're seen. They're seen, and then they can be dealt with. And your body automatically deals with them, brings them out as the emotions that you felt, and you suppress them. And now you're free from that thing. Funny. So easy, right? So easy. But after spending over 100 hours in meditation, I could not get nearly close to any other. I cried something deep inside me burst open. I cried. I felt better. I don't know what it was. I did not associate it with any thought, but I cried. I cried for a lot of time. Tears wouldn't stop flowing from my eyes. I would sit there meditating, breathe in, tears would flow out, I'd run out, and I'd clear my face, wipe, cry, all that. Be happy for a second. I want to do it again, but I'm finding every excuse I can possible to not. Fair enough. But there's this one state called Bhanga where you're able to essentially feel your entire body pulsating. Minutest feelings within your body. Feel like those diagrams of the chakras, you feel like that. Those things pulsating within your body, going poop, poop, making you feel like you're dissipated. I haven't gotten there. I've lied many times that I have, but I haven't gotten there. That feeling that comes, in my opinion, this is an inference. That feeling comes when all of those dormant emotions and dormant sensations and dormant feelings are dealt with. I'm going to start my Vipassana training again, alone. For as long as I can. And then, when I get the chance, I will take the shot, go there again, as a student, sit again, experience it, become better. All right. Peace.